All right, so Thomas Massey has introduced a bill to abolish the Federal Reserve. Now, I don't believe it has a snowball's chance in hell of passing. I'm glad that it's there. I'm glad people are talking about it. I'm glad, maybe it could. I went and looked, and what I saw was only Republicans are co-sponsors of this bill. And that makes no sense. Democrats claim to be allies of the common people. They claim to be allies of the poor. They claim to be against wealth inequality. The Federal Reserve drives the machine that enriches some, the government, and the connected crony capitalists of the government, at the expense of others. The Federal Reserve is the reason that we cannot save money anymore without losing. All right? It used to be, as goods and services increased and the money supply increased at a much slower rate because it was actually money and not just fiat currency, your money over time would gain value. That is not really the case anymore. Overall, it loses value. Now, technology advances to the point that some of that loss is minimized. You can get a bigger TV sometimes for the same price or even a slightly lower price than you could before. But overall, your money loses value, and it has been losing value all these years. The people who get the early access to the money have it at that value, and then as it moves through the system, it loses that value. This principle should be understood by every Democrat if they really are concerned about the middle class and the poor being hurt. But they don't understand it. None of them. AOC should be on top of this bill. She should be there as a sponsor, not just a co-sponsor, but no Democrats. And the fact is, I think for the most part it's due to ignorance. And ignorance is not inherently an insult. In this case, it is a bit, because it is your job as a politician to understand these policies, to understand economics. You're sitting here telling me you're going to centrally plan my life. You don't understand the basics of your own theories. You just have these slogans. But Democrat voters should be on top of this. All of you supposed activists who, exposed yourselves in 2020 when you're, all cops are bastards, and at the same time, cops need to be arresting people who go outside, and I support gun control. Y'all are full of it. You don't care about the people. I'm not saying Republicans do either, but they're on this bill, and you Democrats aren't.